Hi, Ivan Zoot here. Welcome into another video in our continuing series on keeping haircutting simple. Haircutting's supposed to be simple. Haircutting's supposed to be fun. Let's not make it tricky. Let's not make it complicated. Today in our video, we're going to talk about scissor over comb. And we've talked about scissor over comb before, breaking down some of this physical discipline and the specifics of scissor over comb. Today, what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about scissor over comb and the difference between cutting scissor over comb on short hair versus scissor over comb on long hair. Because there's one big fundamental difference in the way we're going to execute the technique to make it easy, to keep it simple, so that you can do beautiful scissor over comb work, whether it's a short-haired client going shorter or a long-haired client going short. We'll break it down, we'll make it simple. And while you're here, I gotta remind you, comment on the video, like the video, share the video with a friend who cuts hair to keep it simple for them. Never miss a video by turning on your notifications and subscribing to the channel, because we're putting out another Keep Haircutting Simple video every single week. It's just that simple. So here we go. I'm going to use a couple things. I've got a 6.5 inch Cosmo Barberology scissors. That's my favorite length for all my general hair cutting, and it's a superb length, I believe, for good scissor over comb work. It's long enough for good scissor over comb, but it's still short enough that it's not unwieldy and it's not something you can't control. Of course, we're going to use our Zoot comb, our men's hair cutting multi-tool. You want to get to know Zoot comb? Click the link in the video to learn about this product. It's got a full playlist right here on my YouTube channel and its own page on Instagram to break down all the features and all the ways that it can be used. But specifically for scissor over comb work, I've got a very straight spine on the large end of the comb. And as we know from previous videos, the object of the game is to keep the non-moving blade parallel to the spine as you work your way up the head scissor over comb. If you quack like a duck, you'll chop up your taper, and that wouldn't be what we want to do. But we're going to maintain that parallel relationship. I'm showing it to you on your side of the comb for video purposes, but I know if I was cutting this, I'd be on my side of the comb. So what we want to acknowledge here is when we cut scissor over comb, and I'm going to bring my mannequin into the conversation right here. I'm going to pump up the chair so you can see him. When we are working scissor over comb on short hair, we're going to work from the bottom up. On short hair, we're going to work from the bottom up. And very simply, it will look like this. I will hold my comb at an angle. I will get my scissors parallel to the spine, and I will work my way up the head. I will work my way up the head. And just like panel cutting, another video we previously talked about, I'll cut one section and then move over and overlap and move over and overlap. But the point I want to make here is, even switching to the fine end of the comb to work small along the bottom, I'm going to work from the bottom up. I'm going to comb that hair up, and I'm going to work my way up from the bottom on short hair to create beautiful, smooth, and flawless tapering. Now, if you know anything about the way I break things down, when we switch to long hair, as I have emphasized working from the bottom up, working up from below, you can probably already guess that I'm going to tell you on longer hair, we're going to work from the top down. It's really just the opposite. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to segregate an area of this haircut. Of course, I'm going to use my handy clipper guy grippers to do it. And I'm going to take an area of this haircut, no question, for a guy with a scissor over comb or a girl with a scissor over comb haircut. This is a lot of hair. This would qualify as long hair. And here's what I'm going to do. I cannot cut this scissor over comb from the bottom up like you just saw me do on our short-haired friend. I can't cut this from the bottom up. I can't think I'm going to get in here underneath and have any idea what the heck is going on. I want to keep things simple. So when I cut scissor over comb, and I want to be coming in here just on a bit of an angle so you can see it. When I cut scissor over comb on longer hair that I'm taking down to a shorter length, I'm going to cut from the top down. Watch how I'm going to do this. I'm going to elevate all this hair. I'm going to get my comb in it, and I'm going to walk up. I'm going to walk up high, and my cut is going to be here up high. I'm going to hold the comb out away from the head at a distance that represents the length I wish to have here, sort of at the top of the taper. Now I've got all this hair in the comb, but I'm not focused on all of this length right here. I'm focused only on this length at the top here. Now, I'm doing a build-up here for this, because once I cut it, it's gone. And you'll see it and you'll understand it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to comb the hair up, and I'm going to cut high. Then I'm going to comb it up not quite as high, and I'm going to cut again. Then I'm going to comb it up not quite as high, and I'm going to cut again. Then I'm going to comb it up not quite as high, and I'm going to cut again. So I'm going to work my way, cut, down from above, instead of cut, up from below. That's going to work the surface down to a roughed-in taper, and it's going to get it reasonably short. And then you know what I'm going to do? Then I'm going to cut it the short way. So when the hair is short, we're going to work up from below just like you saw me do it. But when the hair is long, we're first going to work down from above to get it short, and then up from below to polish it up. Let's show you what that looks like. We've talked about it enough. Now let's make it happen. I'm going to comb it up, and I'm going to make this first cut. And I'm going to hop over to get it all. Now I'm going to comb that down. You can already see I've created a length progression, but I still have a lot of hair in through here. So the second time, I'm going to go not quite as high. And the third time, I'm going to go not quite as high. And the fourth time, I'm going to go not quite as high. And if you can see what happened there in 4 snips, 1, 2, 3, 4, I shortened that up to create the structure of a basic taper. Now that the hair is short, I'll go in from low to high, and I'll begin to fine-tune my shape. Now, I do want to point out one additional tool, and that is the Pro Edge. If you know Pro Edge, you'll love this comb. If you don't know Pro Edge, I want you to get to know Pro Edge. Pro Edge is a scissor over comb because it contains a lip right there, a lip molded into the spine of the comb. And you set your scissor on the lip to stabilize it, to build the physical discipline, the hand-eye coordination, and the muscle memory for beautiful scissor over comb. And watch how I do that. I rest that on the ledge and I walk it up the head. Now that the hair's short, I'm working from low to high. But Pro Edge allows me to do beautiful tapering, building the physical discipline, the hand-eye coordination, and the muscle memory for scissor over comb. These combs come in black and white. There's a pink one, dark hair, light combs, light hair, dark combs. You can't cut what you can't see, but they're a wonderful aid and a wonderful tool for scissor over comb work. And just like I demoed with the zoot comb, on longer hair, I could start this high and then begin to work lower and lower and lower. And you'll notice once again, I've started to establish that shorter shape that I now can come in from low to high because I worked high to low when the hair was longer. Hair cutting, let's keep it simple. Let's keep it fun. Let's keep it here every week for another video in our Keep Hair Cutting Simple series. Check out the links in the video description to find out more about Zoot Comb and Pro Edge, to join my tribe for continuing support, help, and education in building your business in the beauty and barber business. I'm Ivan Zoot. I appreciate you being here. Have a great day.